All right. This is a biggie today. Losing your mind is definitely serious business. In fact, there are a lot of people that understand that this is actually what people worry about more than cancer or heart disease. Not being able to remember your loved ones when you get older, completely losing your mind. Let's talk about how we can avoid dementia. I know that can sound like a radical statement these days, but it isn't. I assure you, and I'd like to walk you through some of those things today. So, as I usually ask, if you're ready, type ready in the comment section below. Show me that you're ready. I'd love to read it, and of course, I'll respond back to you. Hi, I'm your host, Jonathan Landsman, for Natural Health 365 Live. We do this show because it's all about protecting your immune system and protecting your health. That's what this is all about. We do this show every single day at 12 noon Eastern Time. That's every day, Monday to Friday, 12 noon Eastern. You'll get another show where we talk about something that should be of great interest to you when it comes to your health. Okay, so if you're new to this broadcast, you've never seen it before, do me a big favor and type new in the comments section below. Come on, say new, and I will definitely say hello to you. Also, if you like, tell me where you're from as well. That'd be cool. Okay, so let's talk about reality. All right, let's get down to the nitty-gritty about how serious this is. Am I hyping it up? I'll let you decide. Every 3 seconds, I'm going to repeat that. Every 3 seconds, somebody is getting some form of dementia. Those numbers are off the chart compared to what we've been hearing recently when it comes to a viral infection. It is nothing compared to what's going on with someone in the world getting diagnosed with dementia. And there are many forms of dementia. Alzheimer's disease is just one of them. The cost? We're looking at a total cost of about a little over $1 trillion being spent because of this. And in the next 10 years, most of the conservative estimates are saying that it's going to double. At least $2 trillion. These are numbers that are so hard for most of us to get our minds around. But the cost is enormous just on a financial level for all these people that are affected. Worldwide, we're looking at 50 million people right now suffer with dementia. 50 million. And these numbers are going to go off the chart as we progress. Now, of course, if you look at in the United States, and of course, this is a leading organization throughout the world that a lot of other countries look to, the Alzheimer's Association is the organization, right, when it comes to these issues of dementia. You look at their website, and it's very easy to find the cause of dementia. What is it? You want to guess? I won't let you wait that long. Genetics, of course, and they'll throw in your age. They'll say something like, the older you get, the higher your risk. Okay, big deal. We get it. Lifestyle is number 2. And number 3, environment. Please don't forget these last 2. Obviously, with genetics, they will even conventionally say there's not much you can do about genetics. That's for a whole other program. And I might do that real soon. But genetics, they love to teach you that, well, your genetics are your genetics, and you're just some poor, helpless soul. You're either very blessed to have great genetics, or if you have bad genetics, hey, what can you do? There's nothing else you can do about it. That alone is completely not true. If you look at the work of people like, especially Dr. Bruce Lipton, our genes are greatly affected by the lifestyle that we live. So your expression of your genes, even if you have a predisposition to heart attack, arthritis, Alzheimer's disease, you name it, cancers in the family, it does not mean that you are predestined to get that disease and there's nothing you can do about it. That's a very important point. But anyway, that's what the Alzheimer's Association wants to teach everybody in this world. Your genetics cause it, not much you can do. But then they even admit lifestyle and environment. And of course, they have a famous slogan, as you can tell from the tone of my voice. What a beauty. Share the facts and join the fight. Doesn't it sound wonderful? They sound like just such a great organization. They just want to share the facts, and they want all of us to join in and on the fight. That's great, right? Except here's the problem. I tried to do that. Now, I know a lot of you who are watching this may not know my history at all, but I'll tell you straight up. Several years ago, I created the Alzheimer's and Dementia Summit. It was in 2017. I had a $40,000 marketing campaign ready to go with a top New York marketing company. It's exciting, right? I created this event with all kinds of experts, the top doctors literally taking people with dementia and reversing it. They were losing their mind. They were coming back. They were feeling their memory improving. Their brain alertness, their sharpness was all coming back because of many things that these doctors asked each and every one of these patients to do. I asked all of them to join in on an online summit, and I was giving it away for free for a whole week. Many experts each day. All you had to do was enter your name and email address. We created banner ads. We created all the social media. We put it out there to this company that I hired, top firm, Google representative they had a great relationship with. They were super excited. And I had told them, hey, watch out. Probably will be difficult for you to get the word out in any big popular way. They understood what I meant, but they were still excited about taking on this project. I kid you not. The program was all approved. The ads were all there, went out on the internet, and in less than 24 hours in 2017, everything was taken down, removed from the platforms. Google, social, all of it that was approved, was deleted off the internet because it was, in their eyes, inappropriate, unproven things to help people with dementia, and how on earth could we do such a thing and put out some non-factual stuff. Mind you, please don't forget what I said to you. I had the doctors on that had been quoted in major media outlets over the years, writing books, doing the brain scans, and actually reversing dementia on my summit. And they were all listed there. It's a matter of public record. None of that mattered to the search engines and to these social media giants out there. Just all removed. Now, for those who might be new to this information, you might ask why. Remember, the Alzheimer's Association says, let's just share the facts and join in on the fight. What it really means is their facts, only what they deem as appropriate. And those people that are running the Alzheimer's Association are backed by the pharmaceutical industry. It is that simple, folks. You know the term, follow the money. It is that simple. So it is a very controlled narrative that people are getting all the time, and it's a shame. But if we look a little deeper, in case you have some doubts, who's behind the Alzheimer's Association? Who runs the organization? Does anybody know? I always pause for a moment to see if you'll type out who it is. It's not hard to find. It's very easy. The gentleman's name is Harry Johns, President and CEO, a former executive team member of the American Cancer Society. Now, I want to pause for a second, okay? You're all smart people watching this program. Think for a second. The way the American Cancer Society operates, and all you have to do is spend a few minutes on the Alzheimer's Association website to see how they operate. Very much the same thing. And the way I describe it, which is, I feel, quite accurate, you will watch videos, American Cancer Society, people with no hair, their heads are covered, family members smiling, holding the hands of cancer patients, showing them being brave in the hospital, getting their drug therapies and doing their surgeries. We're fighting for a cure. Please join us. Buy a t-shirt. Come to a walk. Show your support and your love for all these people who are getting sick and dying every day. And together, we will beat this someday in the future. Now, again, please understand, with all due respect, right? I'm not making fun, but I am actually quite literally describing the game that they play. It is playing on people's goodness and kindness and true, genuine wanting to help others. All of us know people. My family has been stricken with heart disease, cancer. I've been an open book. My dad had Alzheimer's disease, and at the end, in an institution, may his soul be resting in peace. He did not know anybody, could not recognize me, my mom, his wife, his other sons. Impossible. So I have seen close hand what these diseases do. But for an organization to be putting out sad stories, heart-wrenching stories, asking you to just shell out money and hope for a cure someday in the future and say nothing else to you is ridiculous, in my opinion, especially in light of the fact that we know that there are things you can do to make the brain much healthier, even when it's starting to show signs of sickness and you're losing your memory. Keep in mind, the Alzheimer's Association has pushed at the level we're at. Think about the money and the business behind this. $3 billion. Almost. Not there yet, but I'm sure they can do better, and they'll have even more money out every year for this disease, Alzheimer's, and other forms of dementia. Nearly $3 billion. And the best they can do is videos and T-shirts and say they're working on it. Hundreds of millions of dollars have been spent on research for amyloid plaque. Most of you know that amyloid plaque has been, conventionally speaking, deeply tied to the cause of Alzheimer's, right? But have you ever heard of the work of Dr. Campbell? You can look up Dr. Campbell and her work talking about amyloid plaque, friend or foe. And the whole point of it is questioning the whole theory of it, because in a nutshell, there are people who pass away with amyloid plaque who show no signs of dementia at all. And yes, some do. But if amyloid plaque, where they have spent the vast majority of their focus, huge amounts of money, and in search of drug therapies, all of them have failed, focusing on just amyloid plaque as the main cause, wouldn't you think at this point they realize that it's failed? Look at something else? And nothing compares to the amount of money, time, and effort that has been put into just amyloid plaque and looking for a drug solution. It's a complete failure, folks. Now we shift our attention to Dr. Dale Bredesen. He's just one example of the many doctors out there that I'm aware of, integrative healthcare providers. I'm sure you do too. Maybe you'll want to list some in the comment section below. I would love to hear. But Dr. Dale Bredesen, many years ago, way before I even created my Alzheimer's and Dementia Summit, which you can find at alzheimersdementiasummit.com. But anyway, way before I created that event, I became aware of his work. In fact, he wrote a book, The End of Alzheimer's, where he took 100 people diagnosed and having symptoms and helped every single one of them. What is that? Do we just say it? And again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Do we say it's just, clinical evidence? There's no real study. How on earth could you say that helps people? It's 100 people run by a medical doctor and an entire program with many points. I think it's about 35 different aspects of health he looks at to improve. Takes whole profiles, medical histories, really gets into their life and tries to improve their lifestyle on many different levels to improve their brain function. This guy did it. This is a medical doctor, and there are many others that have done that. Why aren't we putting hundreds of millions of dollars into doing more research into the things that these people have already done successfully on a clinical level, instead of saying things like, it's just anecdotal. It's just a story from a doctor. You can't say that for everybody. Nobody is saying it's a magic pill, but why don't we look at this more? That's what's so wrong about things so far, but we can change this. More people have to be aware of it. Top causes and solutions. I say it that way because if we really truly know the cause of dementia, why people lose their mind, then in and of itself, we have solutions. If we know what's going on, we have an opportunity to reverse it. Top cause, without a shadow of a doubt, just like any other illness, is inflammation. Chronic inflammation in the brain, in and around the brain, and in the gut. Now, you could say, Jonathan, come on. Chronic inflammation, that's for everything, right? That's arthritis, cancer, heart disease. Yes. But going back to what I said before, your expression of disease is different. Yours for the kidneys, yours for the lungs, yours for your heart, yours for your brain. My dad had it coming for his brain. Now, he was exposed, we're going to get to that too later on, to other things that really increased his risk, but your predisposition, your tendency towards having brain problems may be stronger than somebody else who has a stronger tendency towards kidney failure, liver failure, stomach problems, lung failure. You get the idea. We all have our tendencies, But if we surround every cell of our body with these problems, that's when we run into trouble. And if we can genuinely reverse that and make it better, we actually never see those genes, we never see our life express those problems that we could have potentially had. I hope that makes sense. So chronic inflammation must be dealt with, right? What is it that's causing it? We're going to talk about a few of those things right now. How can you calm it down? God knows we have plenty of ways of calming down chronic inflammation, all the nutraceuticals. Let's talk about it right now. And let's get busy doing it. Okay, number 2, infections. Infections cause chronic inflammation. Hello, that's it. Oral health. I've talked about it before on other shows. Problems in the mouth. Infections in the mouth. Lyme disease. I don't know if you know Chris Christopherson, country type guy. He's done movies as well. He was diagnosed originally and publicly put out there, oh my God, he has Alzheimer's. He has a form of dementia. What's happening? He's losing his mind. Oops, wait a minute. The story changed. He has Lyme disease. He was addressing the Lyme, and his dementia symptoms were fading away. Wait a minute. Maybe he doesn't actually have this thing called dementia. Maybe he has an infection, a Lyme viral infection, Lyme disease, that we need to deal with so that the person's brain functions better. Maybe you have toxicity in your mouth, the oral infections, the gum disease, spilling into the rest of the body and affecting your brain. Clean up your mouth. Wait, my brain works better. Maybe your gut is inflamed. Okay, and it's the third aspect I'll bring up to you, toxic food. Artificial sweeteners are horrific. Any of the stuff with no calories, the diet stuff, get it out of your life if you're concerned about your brain health. Artificial sweeteners are pure neurotoxic crap for your brain, for your brain, your neurotransmitters, all those brain cells. They're in jeopardy the more you drown yourself in these artificial sweeteners. Toxic fats, not fat, not even saturated fat, toxic fat, and primarily toxic saturated fat from the conventionally raised animal food that we see out there. The cows that are raised in horrific conditions, pumped with antibiotics, lots of disease. They get synthetic hormones. They're accelerating their growth unnaturally and then killing them at market. Obviously, the bigger they are, the more money they make at slaughter. All of this kind of conventional raising of food, animal food, this is toxic fat that people are consuming. That's dangerous year after year. The artificial sweeteners we get, processed sugars, that's huge. My father did all of that, okay? Not so much the artificial sweeteners, but, your conventional toxic type fats, and he loved his sugar. So going back to my dad and learning from that, he was a real lover of sweets, the donuts. I'll never forget the times when I would go into work with him in Brooklyn, and at 10 o'clock in the morning break was a dozen Dunkin' Donuts that we had picked up at 6-something, 7 in the morning, brought it into work. All the workers would be there and chow down to Dunkin' Donuts. All that sugar on top, that cream inside, all that sugar. That stuff, if you're predisposed to having brain problems, you are developing more chronic inflammation in your body, and that's a perfect feeding ground for poor brain function. Nutritional deficiencies are very clear. We must have healthy fats. Your avocados, your coconut oil, your healthy, really good 100% grass-fed meats. These are healthy fats that we can have. Pure 100%, extra virgin olive oil. The point is, whatever fats we have, they are of the highest quality without synthetic hormones, chemicals, pesticides, GMOs involved, all of that. Clean, healthy fats. So important for good brain function. Also, vitamin C. I talk a lot about that. Vitamin D. Vitamin C, vitamin D, pretty much the same thing. Chronic inflammation, If you've got massive amounts of chronic inflammation in the body, it's very fair to say that you are probably quite deficient in vitamin C and vitamin D and healthy fats. You generally don't see both, right? Someone's eating just fantastic, their nutritional profile is wonderful, and they have chronic inflammation. It doesn't really work like that, not in most cases. And this is what we should be putting hundreds of millions of dollars into, in doing more research to uncover and to discover and to confirm that all of this I'm saying to you works time and time again, which I already know it does. But if we need those studies, let's do them. What are we waiting for? We really want to help people, right? And you know who I'm speaking to right now. Most of those government health agencies. Show that you really care about people and do what I'm asking. Environmental toxins. This is huge. Remember what I said at the Alzheimer's Association? What did they say? Lifestyle, environment, 2 of the 3. Let's leave off genetics. Environment? Gee, what does that mean? Of course, the way they say it is quite disempowering because they don't explain themselves clearly so people are clear. It's just, the environment. Oh, my God. I go outside my house. I'm afraid. The sun, the air, the water. We have boogeymen all over the place. I'm afraid. Fear alone is really bad for promoting chronic inflammation in the body. I'm not making fun. I'm illustrating a point. If you walk away from a website and you're disempowered by not having specific information, please don't go to that website anymore. Let's get specifics. Fluoride, environmental toxins. Let's talk about fluoride being pumped into the drinking water of most city municipalities, the municipal water that is pumped into most people's homes where they're cooking and drinking with their water. Fluoride is absolutely toxic to the brain, and it's in dental products as well. Do not swallow this fluoride. This is not an essential ingredient, and it is toxic to the brain. I said it twice to be perfectly clear. Aluminum. They'll tell you on the Alzheimer's Association website, don't worry about aluminum, go back to sleep. Right. A soft metal aluminum has no biological effect in the body at all. There's no reason for it. It's in lots of vaccines. It's in your cookware as well. Get rid of it. Get rid of the cookware, and if you're concerned about the vaccines, look into it, because as the vaccine schedule has been going over the years, there is way more mercury being dumped into the most vulnerable people in our society. That's right, all of us when we were kids. I mean, in a sense, I don't want to necessarily say it this way, but thank God I was born in the 60s, because if you're born now in the late 80s, 90s, 2000s, and beyond, you're being exposed to massive amounts of aluminum so that your body can have some sort of immune response that they sell to people as being something that's good, but that aluminum is bioaccumulating in your body and lodging into your brain, and that is absolutely going to cause you problems with your brain function. That will absolutely trigger chronic inflammation in your body. And please, let's not take our eye off the ball. Anything that is going on in your life that contributes to chronic inflammation is something that you want to get away from. That shouldn't be a rocket science, breaking news, radical statement to say that to anybody. This is what we should be focused on, doing research on, getting the public statements out there, the PR, right? All those promo pieces, more television commercials, more airtime on the news, instead of burning mattresses and broken glass in stores and people killing each other. Maybe we could do programs on how to help people to have very healthy brain function. It almost seems at this point, you know the way my tone of voice is, that this is a radical concept to actually get this kind of stuff out to people. This, to me, would show that the mainstream media, government health agencies, all the people in charge of our health on a public level would truly be interested in our health. GMOs, biggie, environmental toxicity, genetically modified organisms in corn and soy. These are all foreign substances to the human body. Anything foreign that our body recognizes as not natural is going to trigger inflammation, an inflammatory response. Please keep in mind, you get whacked on the arm and you get inflammation and it lasts a day or two, you'll be okay, right? It's unfortunate you got hit in the arm, your body heals, everything's okay. But what if constantly this is going on all the time? Always causing inflammation, a swelling in every cell of your body. These environmental toxins are a constant assault on you, and that's what we have to calm down and get away from. Watch how great your life will feel as you minimize these burdens. Glyphosate, biggie, okay? The active ingredient in Roundup. This is an herbicide sprayed on everything, especially our food crops, the wheat products, all the wheat products, the flours, the breads, the pastas. Wheat is in so many things. And glyphosate is an herbicide ingredient sprayed on these crops right before harvest to dry them and to help the farmers to gather it up. Wonderful. Except we're swallowing that stuff. And of course, these big chemical companies would love for you to believe and go to sleep and not think about it anymore, that when you swallow this stuff is very, very little. Don't worry about a thing. Yet it's completely not true and not founded in any of the science. Clearly, glyphosate causes chronic intestinal inflammation and inflammation throughout your whole body. And if you have any doubt at all, you should look at the brilliant work of Dr. Stephanie Seneff out of MIT, who speaks eloquently, way better than me, about the dangers of glyphosate and how it impacts so many areas of our body, and how she has scientifically broken this down and studied it greatly. We only just need to have others really look at it as well and take the horns, and run with this. Lead the charge with her. She's been warning people about glyphosate for years. So wireless radiation would be the last one I would tell you for sure. If you have an issue with, I don't have my phone next to me, but if you have an issue with brain problems, brain health issues, you're concerned about your brain health, sticking a phone by your head for hours and hours to generate brain tumors, I'm not trying to make a joke out of this, but maybe that's not the best thing you should do. Speakerphone at the very least, airplane mode, get some distance between you and the wireless device. Do not sleep with your wireless device like it's your buddy. It's spitting out microwave radiation, okay? And the manual itself says that if you literally get away from it for just a few inches, it's so amazingly good. And that it literally says if you press it up against your body, and again, all you women holding the cell phone in a bra right up against your skin, or you guys holding it in your pocket close to you-know-what, and you're looking to have children in the future, let's protect our sperm. Let's protect our life by not having microwave radiation so close to our body. Look, microwave radiation doesn't sound good, right? A microwave, everybody knows, pregnant women are not supposed to be in front of the machine while it's running. Well, guess what, folks? Smart meters on the home, wireless routers, all the smart technology we see today, cell phone towers, and these wireless laptops. Again, this is either on battery or wired. That's better. Or the cell phones all put out radiation. We need to minimize it. When you go into a hot spot, and most people who don't know this info think it's like wonderful, convenient. I'm in a hot spot. I can pick up wireless. I can watch a movie. I can check my social media. Hot spots should not be located by you that much at all. Think about the term hot spot. Your cellular inflammation, your chronic inflammation is literally your body running a little too hot all the time. It is not a healthy state. I'd much rather you think of trying to create an inner terrain, like putting your body for a day or two in the middle of the woods on a beautiful day. in nature with trees all around you, a sun up in the sky, not a cloud in the sky, a cool breeze, comfortable, and you're just relaxing. That's what your body inside should feel like. Cool, calm, and collected, and running really well at a normal temperature without being bombarded with all the radiation. So I hope these things give you some visuals as to what you can do to cut down on chronic inflammation, make your body healthier, and your brain will be healthier as well. This is exactly how we reduce the risk of dementia. I hope you enjoyed this program. My question for you today, very simple. Let me know, how do you keep your brain healthy? What are some of the things that you're doing? Post them down below. Teach others. I am sure I didn't cover it all, right? Taking turmeric, drinking lemon water, ginger, squeezing ginger into your food. The list goes on and on. There are so many healthy herbs, medicinal mushrooms to improve the health of our immune system, to keep us, safe from harm, from all the bacterial and viral infections that are out there. So many healthy things we can do for our body to keep our system calm so we don't have chronic inflammation. Let me know down below, how do you keep your brain healthy? Remember, the show, Natural Health 365 live broadcast, is every single day, Monday to Friday, 12 noon Eastern Time. I hope you can tune in again. I hope you share this show with others as well. Please do that. Share, share, share. And I'll speak to you again really soon. Take care, everybody.